I was still in Nirvana, and I just wanted like a hollow body to put in my lap and sit on the couch and just mess around. I would text him and say, "What time are you coming over?" And he'd say, "Oh, I'm already in your house." And so it was so every day it was great to be able to put down a vocal and say, "Okay, I'm going to go downstairs and make dinner." And then make dinner and then bring Oliver a plate as he's editing through something or
Um, we should learn where you recorded this album because I think that seems such a key ingredient to how you
yeah.
recorded your favorite toy. So at home, above what I'm going to say is a garage, but you're going to say is a garage.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we did this one in my house and we made another record. Um, God, it was like 15 years ago. Our record Wasting Light, we did that one in my house as well. But that one we used the actual garage as the drum room. And then we did all of the other overdubs and things upstairs in this little office. And so it's quite small. I mean, it's maybe a third the size of this room. It's
Wow.
it's really small. When we did Wasting Light, we actually brought in a lot of analog equipment. We had two API 1608, almost like sidecars that we bridged together. And then this wall of wonderful outboard analog banks of compressors and things. And this time, most of the album was done just like right in the box. Um, we do have this beautiful old Neve BCM 10 sidecar. It's gorgeous, and we've had for oh my god 25 years, 26 years. We've used for most of our albums. Then we have a bunch of like API EQs that we've hot rodded and little bits and bobs here and there. Um, a nice small selection of amps, a Wizard amp, a Fender Tone Master, a couple other things, but like a high watt and um, but really just everything was really pretty minimal. A lot of it had to do with the amount of space available. It's just a small room, so we really couldn't fit much in there. The drum set we used for the album was my daughter's drum set. It's an old Ludwig and it's a small three piece, but we managed to dial in tone so it really had a bigger sound to it.
And is that in the same room? Or is that's
There's
in a
a
separate room?
small
Right.
isolation booth it's a little bit bigger than a phone booth. It's really small, which we use to do vocals and oh, actually downstairs we sort of made this little ISO booth kind of cabinet for the guitar cabinets. I had to go down in this section of my garage and move all of the Halloween costumes and the Christmas lights and things. And we built this makeshift like foam kind of cabinet box thing for additional guitar cabinets. And yeah, it was all really sort of like makeshift in a way. The equipment that we used to do a lot of the demos on the album, um, was all just sort of newer digital stuff with some cool older microphones. But then when it became clear that we were going to record the actual album at home, I had this idea that it would be great to have a place 30 feet from my bed where, if so inspired, I could just kind of roll out of bed, go upstairs, record something really quickly, but have it be album quality in the gear that we would use. So we did spend a little time upgrading what was upstairs, but for the most part, it was pretty minimal.
Yeah.
And and it's cool, like to wake up in the morning and make coffee and get the kids ready for school, and then walk upstairs, and our producer engineer Oliver Roman is already in there. I would text him and say, "What time are you coming over?" And he'd say, "Oh, I'm already in your house." And so so every day it was great, to be able to put down a vocal and say, okay, I'm going to go downstairs and make dinner, and then make dinner, and then bring Oliver a plate as he's editing through something or, making rough mixes. And it just makes it seem a lot more, a lot less, I don't know, clinical or professional or something, to do things at your own pace in your own place, made for a really comfortable experience. And also like a good space to experiment. There's no clock on the wall really, and there's no other clients waiting to get in the room. So to me, it was ideal, especially for an album like this.
Did you know Tape Notes is an independent channel? Everything we do is funded by your support. We want to continue to bring bigger guests and new original content. So here are 5 ways to help us do that. Patrons get access to our full archive of long-form videos. We're talking 2-hour conversations with the best artists and producers in the world. You also get entry into our amazing monthly giveaways, plus exclusive behind-the-scenes content and much more. YouTube members get access to ad-free episodes, exclusive content, and early access to everything before it goes public. Another great way to support us is by checking out our sponsor, Tape It, a recording app made for musicians by musicians. Download the app and get 20% off Tape It Pro using the code TAPENOTES. We have just released our first ever line of merch. Head to the store tab on our channel page or check the merch section below this video to browse all our new designs and products. And finally, the simplest one. Follow us across all our platforms. Keep watching, liking, commenting, and sharing what we do. Tape Notes wouldn't exist without you. So, thank you. And now, back to the episode. We have a couple of questions that we ask everybody who comes on the show. One is a tech question, where there's a favorite piece of equipment or a piece of tech stuff that you maybe couldn't have made this record without.
Oh, wow. Couldn't have made this record without. Well, I have a lucky guitar, and it was the first Gibson Trini Lopez that I ever purchased. And I bought it at a guitar shop in Bethesda, Maryland called Southworth Guitars. And it was one of those guitar shops that it was like a museum. You'd walk in and you'd see all of these beautiful classic guitars. And I didn't, at that point, I think I was still in Nirvana. And I just wanted like a hollow body to put in my lap and sit on the couch and just mess around. And I'm looking at this row of old Gibson like 335s, and they're all beautiful. And there was this one that had this funny headstock, and the body shape and design was the same, except it had these diamond F holes and different headstock. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so I bought it and brought it home and just played it on the couch. But it eventually became the lucky guitar that's been on every record that we've ever made. And I think that for a lot of reasons, it's a great guitar. It's very dynamic. The harder you play it, the harder it sounds. The more gentle you play it, the more gentle it sounds. It's reactive to touch, more so than a lot of other guitars that I have. Also has sort of like this exposed bridge thing that can act as almost like a snare. It becomes like this additional percussive element to whatever riff you're playing, and it has a chime to it. So we've never made a record without that guitar, I don't think. And it's almost like a superstition to me. So we couldn't have made this record without that guitar, because I don't want to make a record without that guitar. I think that's probably the one piece.
Yeah, amazing.